Hello, Nadine. Hello, and welcome to season 2 of Key Chats. Woo. Insert round of applause, standing ovation round of applause here.
Yep. Hi, everyone.
Yeah, so Kaylee and I, Emily, we took a bit of a break this summer. Just a lot of life happening. So if you're new to the show, welcome. Key Chat stands for K, Kaylee, Emily, me, Y, you. Makes up Key Chats.
Yeah.
If you're a returning listener, thank you so much.
Yay.
We love you. We love
Thanks
you.
for hanging out during the break.
Yeah.
It was planned.
Totally. It's totally planned.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. But I feel like now with like getting into the school year a bit and travel plans kind of being done, that we're getting back into routine, and this being one of those things. Oh man, what is something fun that you've done in the past couple of months or past 2 months?
Oh gosh. I mean, it sounds so lazy. I've just been playing so much games. I can't remember anything I've really done. I've started going out again. I went to the zoo. I went to a casino. I've been going out to like lunch and stuff more. Those are like little tiny things. I'm just like, this is so crazy adventures. Oh, I went to Florida. That's a big thing.
That's a choice.
That's a whole trip. Yeah. That was a nightmare. A nightmare trip. Did I tell you what happened in Florida? At the hotel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're just not going to go back to Florida. And I feel like that's a really elegant solution to this.
Especially that part of Florida. It was just so commercial. It was not what I thought it would be. And I hated it. So.
Well, now you know.
Yeah, you really need to go to really find out. Because I thought I was like, I might live there. And then I went there and I was like, maybe vacations. And that's about it.
Yeah. There's a lot of places that I feel like for a couple days they're great, but I wouldn't want to live there.
Yeah, like camping.
Yeah, like I don't want to live outside.
Yeah,
I've worked hard to not be homeless.
Yeah.
So yeah. I think for us, we did a couple camping trips this summer. Speaking of camping, and that was really fun to just get outside, get out of town here for a little bit, and also like do things without feeling really like COVID anxious, because we're still really cautious. Even though I'm vaccinated, like Genevieve, she can't be because of her age. And with the breakthrough cases and the Delta variants, like we're both wearing masks pretty much everywhere we go. So it was nice to do some of those camping trips where we could spend time with people and just see different things, but also not be scared that we're gonna die.
Yeah, except for by bears.
Well, okay. I learned more about bear safety.
Oh, good.
When we were in Yellowstone, and I don't think we've talked since.
I feel like I just had deja vu, so I feel like we talked about it with Miji.
Did we talk about it with Miji?
We have to listen to the end of season 1. Wait, the end of season 1.
Okay. This is worth repeating because this is a new piece of bear safety advice that was completely new to me that I found fascinating. So a little bit means that we were both wrong before about how to
good.
deal
I love
bear.
that.
So we went to this like grizzly bear refuge rehabilitation place in Montana. And they gave us a whole bear safety talk. And the main thing that I remember from it was that if you do encounter a bear and it looks like they're going to come for you or like they're looking at you, to lay down on your stomach and to like lift your butt up a little bit and protect your head because like it's gonna attack the highest thing and you can more likely live with a mauled ass than head.
That's horrifying.
Like it would hurt and you'd be mauled, but you wouldn't
Yeah.
necessarily die.
I mean, but what's to say that they're gonna stop at the butt? I feel like if a bear comes and sees me or you, because we're tiny people, I think they're gonna come at us and just be like, boom, and like swat us onto our side, and at that point, I'm like flopping all over the place, like nothing's being protected.
This is what the bear experts said.
Yeah, I don't know.
So,
I think this guy in his mind's like, if we get attacked, it ain't me. It's all the people on the ground sticking their butts
this
up.
is also in a state where like people have like bear spray cans like on their holsters. They're like, oh yeah, we just don't go for a walk without our bear spray.
Oh, casual.
And like, okay, like I don't even carry mace.
I have
and I probably should.
Yeah, no, you should. I should too. We all should. Everybody should have something.
Man. I just know how to carry my keys in like a stabby way.
I just like every time I leave a building or like sleep anywhere or do anything, I always like try to find a weapon that or something that can be used as a weapon. Like at the hotel, I used a wooden clothing hanger. And it had like a nail sticking out of it for some reason. So I just was like, maybe somebody else used this as a weapon too.
It sounds like it may have been a recurring issue.
Definitely was like a party hotel, so I could see that happening.
Oh man. Yeah. But you made it out and
I did.
Back here.
Mm-hmm. Look at me. And I'm stronger for it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Hopefully. Mm-hmm. Oh, Nadine is rubbing her face against my computer.
She loves this show because it's her show. She's the mascot.
Yeah, she doesn't even know it.
It should be the Nadine show.
And then people would be like, why is there a show called Nadine when neither of the people are Nadine?
I'm sure that all the people that log into this show and they're just like, this isn't about keys at all. They're just as mad.
You know, if there's a locksmith community out there, we just gotta find it.
Yes. Send us an email.
Oh man. Well, what kind of games have you been playing? Like oldies, newies? Newies a word, I don't know.
I've been playing so many games. Like I don't know why I can't find a game right now that I'm really I don't know, stuck on. I've been playing a lot of Ark, which is a survival game where there's like dinosaurs. I've been playing Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, which I love a lot actually because Dragon Ball Z was like my first anime that I ever watched, so I really like it. The game follows the story kind of. It's like little tiny differences. Like in the show he's looking for firewood, and in the game he's looking for apples. Like just weird stuff like that, just to make it easier on you, I guess. But yeah, I've been playing Destiny 2, which is like another RPG, like a shooter. These are all like, you're probably like, these are fun.
Great.
There's Stardew Valley. You like that one, right?
I've never played Stardew Valley.
Can you play, if you get Stardew Valley on your Switch, me and you can co-run a farm.
Oh. Let's do
it. You'd like Stardew Valley.
Test out our commune skills?
You should, because the story, the characters in there have like real stories. Like one of the moms like a drunk, and like one of the girls always really depressed about it. Like you should just...
That's fair.
It's fun for the kids too because they can't read, or if they do, it goes over their heads.
Oh yeah.
But it's good. You should try it. Anyways, what have you been doing? I'm sorry.
What have I been doing? I feel like we've just been on the move all summer because I did some house sitting, we did camping, and Genevieve, she did camp for a week. Yeah. I think I've played Animal Crossing twice in the last 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I played for like 20 minutes this morning.
Yeah, we were grinding hard in the beginning of the pandemic.
Yeah, and then like another fall.
I know.
Can't wait to collect some nuts off the ground.
I know.
I still have some in my storage from last fall.
I know. I still have so much stuff from every season.
Yeah, I'm like such a hoarder.
Wait,
that scarcity mentality.
I keep forgetting I reset my island, and now I have no interest to rebuild it to its former glory.
That's exhausting. Yeah, you had put a lot of work into that.
I did. Why did I reset it?
Because you can't sit still.
I really can't. I just I like to refresh and redo everything. That's why I can't stick to a game.
That's fair. I've been reading a ton this summer, so that's been fun.
That's good. Yeah. I'm still reading my few books. I made it onto the second one of The Cruel Prince, which the second one is The Wicked King. I think. Ooh, yeah. It's good. Cool. It's good. It's really good.
Nice.
What are you reading?
I am reading a couple books right now. I'm pulling a Debbie now, which is weird.
That's good.
I'm reading more than one. I'm reading one called Beyond Control. It's a post-apocalyptic, romance is a nice way to put it, book.
Nice.
Not suitable for work or people under a certain age. Yeah. So that series was recommended to me. It's fine.
Yeah. Just fine.
Yeah, I don't like it as much as other books that I've read in this genre.
Yeah.
So, but the series also has at least 5 books. So I'm like, if I'm already like losing interest, I don't know how much more of it I'm actually going to read. And then I'm slowly continuing to trudge along reading Wheel of Time, that series. I'm on the 5th book now.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's cool because my rate of reading Wheel of Time throughout my life has been atrocious. And I've already read like 1.5 books from that series this year. So that is like exponentially faster.
That's good.
Yeah. But I'm excited. It's cool to kind of read it consistently, especially considering that the show is coming out in a couple months. And when they're dropping a teaser trailer tomorrow. So I'm super excited. Really? And I'm like trying to convince everybody to watch the show because I'm convinced that it's going to be good. It has to be good because the casting looks amazing and the book is good. Mm-hmm. So unless they like completely fuck it up, it should be good.
Let's hope, because I'm excited to watch it. I wanted to listen to the audiobook while I worked, and then I just couldn't because the person who read it was just so dry. I was like, I can't do this, sir. Why are you doing this?
And I would the first like 150 pages of Eye of the World is pretty boring because it's all exposition. And when you're doing exposition for a series of like 12, 14 books, it makes sense that it's going to be long.
Yeah.
But then it's also hard to like get into it more.
Yeah. That build-up's probably important though.
It's helpful, like now that I'm in book 5, it's helpful that they built up so much of that stuff because they reference it a lot, and it has to do with like, it also shows a lot of the character development from really where they started as these like village boys and ladies and what they kind of turn into and all that.
I feel like I would forget from like book 1 to book 5. I would just forget all of the stuff that they talked about, and I would reference it, and I would just be like, "The fuck is this that they're saying?"
I'm pretty sure they have glossary. I think there's a glossary in the back. It's very much an ensemble cast series, so it doesn't necessarily start off as much that way, but it'll be like a chunk of chapters about certain plot points, and they touch upon each of the groups enough that I didn't have too much of a hard time following what was going on unless I took like a 2-year hiatus between like reading a chapter and another chapter, which I definitely did. But a lot of the characters, even when they're not physically with each other, they're still thinking about those other people and kind of how they relate because of the structure of the story. So much of what they do impacts each other, even when they're not physically near each other. So that kind of helps still like tie it together, even though it's a very like it's a world building high fantasy novel, and they take their time in building the world.
Yes, but the little details are the most important details.
Yeah.
I might just stick to the show. I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, you don't have to decide. So.
I have to. It's very important.
You don't. They also have graphic novels of Eye of the World.
Oh. Well, then maybe.
So maybe just do that.
I know. I'm just thinking I'm thinking ahead. I need to finish the ones that I'm on. and then think about the next ones.
The shows or books that you're on?
The books.
Mm.
What are you watching for shows?
Not much these days. I don't know. I turn on the TV and I'm just like, bleh.
Yeah.
Although I'm watching Stand Against Evil, which was on a couple years ago and is not on anymore, but it's an IFC show. It's quirky.
Does it like end unfinished?
I don't know. I haven't finished it yet.
That's the worst when it does, though.
Yeah. It's a really fun cast. So it's one of the guys that's in Scrubs. The woman who voices Korra in Legend of Korra is one of the other main characters in this. And everybody has like really strong personalities, super quirky, takes place in a small town in New Hampshire. And it's just like paranormal stuff. But the protagonist is like wicked jaded. And he's like, this is dumb. He's like, I just want to retire. So he's just like this grumpy, borderline alcoholic the whole time.
But he's going to come around soon.
But he's like, damn it, I'm sick of demons on my porch. So I gotta look up the spell.
Oh my gosh. It's like,
he's like
Supernatural.
So exasperated all his it's in a lot of ways it reminds me of Supernatural, except it's like if you did it with a drawling sarcasm of like I just lost the rest of my metaphor, but if you've seen IFC shows in their original content where it's like smart comedy, usually pretty self-aware and kind of like odd and quirky, this falls in that category. So
IFC I have not. I don't even know what that is. I thought it was like a cable network.
Yeah, I think it's the Independent Film Channel. They do the Spirit Awards before the Oscars. But they have done like a whole series of like fake documentaries. I'm pretty sure Bill Hader was a part of that.
Really?
Or Fred Armisen or both of them. So the stuff that they do is pretty funny.
Sometimes it's fun. It reminds me of a podcast. I can't remember I don't know. Radiolab. They have like a bunch of random ones, I think. And they had one where it was like a fake documentary about like a cult. And it was just like super like ridiculous, over the top ridiculous, like the things that people were saying. And it was just really funny, even though it was fake.
Yeah. Okay. Documentary Now is what it was called. Okay. I was right. Fred Armisen, Bill Hader, Helen Mirren is the host.
Helen Mirren.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, I'm rewatching Fruits Basket because season 3 is releasing on Netflix in 2 weeks.
That's an anime, right?
Yeah. So I wanted to rewatch seasons 1 and 2.
Is it just like about normal people living in like school or something? Some girl lives with boys, I think. Is that one?
Yeah, but it has to do with the Zodiac, Curse of the Zodiac. So
no idea.
There's basically this family, they're the Somas, and within that family, one person represents each of the Zodiac animals. So there's like a mouse, cow, rooster, horse, etc. Yeah. And so the characters, though they like all live together, well, they're all family. A lot of them live in this main estate, and then some of them live off in the woods, and that's where the protagonist, Toru Honda, or Honda, however you say her name, she meets them because she is like living and she's homeless in a tent in the woods, and she doesn't realize that it's their woods, and then runs into them. But like the comedy element is that if someone of the opposite gender hugs one of the characters that's a Zodiac, they'll turn into the animal.
The person that hugs them?
Yeah, so like if Toru, she hugs Shigure, he's the year of the dog, he literally turns into a dog. Oh. But it's supposed to be a secret, so then there's all the shenanigans of like, oh no, like a girl ran into him in the hallway at school.
What is this? This reminds me of that show, like the Australian Mermaids show. And they're like, oh no, boy splashed me with water and my tail came out. I don't know why that just flashed into my head. So bad.
There's parts of it that are definitely intense. There's a lot of definitely a lot of family conflict and mental health issues and some domestic violence in it. So it's not like everything's fine and dandy.
Is it like a kid show or like an adult show?
I would say it's like a teen adult.
Yeah, like a late teens.
Yeah, I think even tweens I think would be okay, because I think some of the more intense content wouldn't necessarily hit as hard without having more life experience. Yeah. So anyway, so I'm watching that. I'm listening to a podcast right now. I have to look up the name so I don't butcher it. Hold, please. Braving the Elements. So it's Nickelodeon's podcast about Avatar, hosted by Janet Varney and Dante Basco. And she is the voice of Korra, also the one that's in Stand Against Evil. And Dante Basco's in everything. He's the voice of Zuko. And so many other characters.
Rufio?
Yeah. His career is amazing. But they're basically hosting the show, and they're doing a rewatch of the show of Avatar: The Last Airbender. And they also are interviewing some key creators or key people that helped bring Avatar to television. And it's kind of cool because Janet is like such a fangirl. She like researches everything, and she and Dante, they've just done so much of the con circuit over the years.
Yeah.
That they've just been immersed in like Avatarverse for a while. So it's fun to listen to as someone who like I could quote like word for word. Like,
I know the feeling. I'm like that with Office Space. Yep. I love those rewatched podcasts.
I haven't listened to any like that, and I haven't really listened to much podcasts in general for a while. So it's been nice to kind of have one that I'm interested in enough to listen to it.
It's probably funny. Are they like comedic during it?
Oh yeah. And they're super cheesy too about it. Like they make up different segments, and they did like a fake ad for cactus juice or something. So they're doing all these inside jokes. Awesome. Yeah, so I'm enjoying it a lot, and it's also a podcast I can listen to around Genevieve without headphones, which is nice.
Yeah, Kelly would probably like it. She loves Avatar.
Yeah, and so because we've been listening to that, Genevieve has been like, I want to watch Avatar 1 or I want to watch Avatar 2, because Avatar 2 is core.
Yep. And she did the drawing. Yes.
Oh my gosh. I should definitely post some of these pictures on our Instagram, but she drew some of the characters from Avatar, and is the cutest thing I've ever seen.
She explains it. She explains everything. I loved it. Emma loved it.
My favorite was Zuko.
I forget. My favorite part was towards the end when she was like, post this online or something like that.
Oh yeah, she wants me to she's really into it's like, Mom, make sure you put that on Instagram.
I know. Literally before we got on here, Emma comes in and she was like, Mom, I want to play this on YouTube, like Adley, because Adley's on YouTube, some girl. And I'm like, I told her like I can record her playing on the iPad because I have stuff on my computer and I can record her playing, but I'm not putting it on YouTube. Like I'll just record her doing it.
Yeah.
And she's like, I want my own YouTube channel. And just like yours, like she'll like every video, she's like, hi guys. But Kylie did the same thing. She would be like, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'm like, you don't even know what that means. Like you're 4. Like,
right? Yeah, Genevieve definitely pretends that she has a vlogging platform. And yeah, so even the video that I sent you earlier today, hey guys.
Yeah.
Like, and she's presenting everything as though it's a vlog, but I'm not having that fight with her. I'm just like, yeah, totally. Yep. It's a great idea. How about you keep making those videos, babe?
I know.
You're a creative genius.
I know. I feel like on my YouTube channel I'm allowed to like post privately to myself, and I'm wondering if I allow her to do that, if I can watch it on the TV and be like, see, there it is. Speaking of social medias and children's and things like that, I finally caved and gave Kylie a TikTok.
What?
Yep. And I had to be a bad mom and lie and say that she's 13.
How old is she? She's 12?
She's 11.
She's only...
Yeah, but only because like if you are under 13, you can't search anyone, you can't follow anyone, you can't post anything. And she really just wanted to post videos. I made it so that like she has to like approve all of her followers and things like that. And she's like mature enough, I think, to know when to like swipe past or block something. So like I just monitor and make sure. For so far, she's only following like her 5 other friends that have it, and then me, I had to go on and like delete all of my bad ones.
No.
But she's made like a couple YouTube videos. She's so funny. Like she's so weird, and I love it. I'm like, you're just such a little goober. Like I love that she's so fine with being a weirdo like me.
That's good. That's good. That like being out in the world hasn't
I know
sucked out her personality. I'm like, that's one of my concerns with Genevieve going to kindergarten, is that she's going to go to school and then all of a sudden be like, all these behaviors or things that I like or don't like aren't cool, so I should not. And I just like, I want her to have her imagination and like her sweetness and her curiosity.
That's so hard.
I know I can't keep her in a bubble forever, but I want to. But also get out of my house.
Kylie's going into 6th grade now. And so I keep thinking about how different I changed when I went into middle school. Like it was just a completely different person. Like just that first day, I remember I started swearing that day, and I like had never really sworn, but like I just wanted to start swearing because I wanted the other kids to hear me. Yeah. And I just like I got like my first boyfriend, like everything just I'm not ready for this shit. No, like what the hell? I keep thinking like, how is she at that age that I was? Like, and where was my mother? Because she was not monitoring me. Gosh.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I mean, that's like therapy session for another day, but the realizations having about our own childhoods while being a parent ourselves.
Yeah. It's so like, crazy.
Okay. Cool.
I'm so different. My aunt, actually, I think she said that I was like definitely nature over nurture. And I was like, I kind of feel like nurture was so important to me only because I know how much I wanted to change because of that. So like if I didn't have that upbringing and that style of living or whatever, then I just wouldn't want so many things to be different now. I guess I probably wouldn't care as much. Like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. But I think, what do you think you are, nature over nurture?
Like in my parenting style?
No, like you as a person. Like, do you feel like you as a person are a lot like how you were raised to be? Or do you think you're like different because of like your surroundings?
That's a complicated question, but I would, and I can give some explanation to this, but I would say I'm more going back to nature than nurture. Just given, I know I've mentioned this a couple times in previous episodes, but given the context that my sister and I were raised in, and this is not a criticism on my parents. It's so much like, it's so reflective of the community that we were in, that with all the church stuff, and it's something that they both were really raised in. Just the parenting style that comes with that, it does not promote the healthiest attachments, and it basically teaches children to ignore their intuition in order to behave and act a certain way and espouse certain ideals. And again, not all of that is bad. Like, you have to learn how to behave in public and and like what's right and wrong. But where the priorities for that are and what degree that gets taken to, I think can be a pretty unhealthy degree. And over the last several years, I've been trying to unlearn a lot of that and really figure out like, okay, what's my inner voice and what's this other voice that was injected into my head for 20 years. So I feel like as I've been getting to know myself and like my spirit, my mind, my body, all of that, I feel like I'm getting back to more of like original Emily, rather than like factory made Emily, if that makes any sense.
It does. This is 30. I feel like 30 is like really our layers have come undone and we're finally like able to see it's fine to be ourselves. I love it. I would just love like not caring and doing whatever I want.
Yeah.
Like, it's just awesome.
Yeah. It's very liberating. Like there's definitely a couple of years of like of what felt like isolation and mourning and grief for me, because I lost a lot of my community and just a lot of like a lot of people I just didn't have things in common with anymore as I was changing my priorities and like things that were important to me and what I wanted to do with my time. And so that had social repercussions to it. But now kind of a couple years into this, I'm so much happier than I ever was before. I like myself. Yay. Could not always say that, which is like, what a friggin' concept, having some self-esteem.
I know. It's so
and
big.
Like, it's so big. And I also think like the friendships that I have are so much deeper and very authentic. And I don't feel like I'm having to be a certain way around people. Like if we don't jive, then we're not gonna jive. Like, and I'm not gonna pretend that this is like, I'll just be like, hey, nice meeting you, and just never talk to you again.
You're not drinking anything?
Not at the moment. I wasn't feeling it today.
Well, let me tell you what I'm drinking.
Yeah, I want to know.
What did I do with the little can? Oh, I blocked it. So it's called Cazadores. I think I'm saying that right. It's a spicy margarita in a can.
Oh.
All right, now listen. I was attracted to the reindeer on the can and the chili pepper. I was actually really nervous when I was like on my way home. I was like, I don't think I actually want this. I kind of regret it, but it's so freaking good. It's like because it has sparkling water in it and orange liqueur, tequila, agave tequila, jalapeno juice, and natural flavors, whatever that is. It tastes like a margarita soda. It's not that spicy, but it's gluten-free.
Nice.
And they have other kinds that are also gluten-free that aren't spicy, and you might like it. So if you ever see it in the stores, look for the reindeer and then buy it.
What's the brand?
I think it's Cazadores. It just is made with tequila. I don't know. I guess that's it. Cazadores.
Cool.
Cazadores. I love it. I know what we can talk about. The fact that we're going to the Renaissance Fair together.
Yes! Oh my gosh.
Yep. And we're bringing our children. I'm bringing Emma. I forgot to tell you.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Yeah. I wasn't going to, but since you're bringing yours, it's only fair that I bring mine.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited. So in Pennsylvania, we had like the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair, and I went once or twice. Anyway, so I have not been since probably Kylie's age.
Yeesh.
And I am stoked.
Yes. And you have a costume.
Yes.
Well, an outfit. Let's say not a costume. Sounds so tacky.
I have some
garb.
An ensemble.
Yeah, you have your Renaissance ensemble. Is she dressing up?
Probably. I mean, she almost wore a tiara to a kindergarten event at a playground the other day, so.
You didn't even let her?
I told her she could make her own choices.
Yeah.
But if she changed her mind about wearing it, that I was not going to hold it. And that I was fairly certain no one else was going to be wearing tiaras.
Yeah, probably not.
It's so hard to like encourage your child to like be who they are, but also not be a social pariah from day fucking one. Like,
Well, Emma is very fashionable and she picks a lot of her outfits, and I'm very straight with her, and I'm like, you can wear that if you want, but it doesn't match. Or I'll just be like, you can wear that if you want, but it doesn't go together. Like, that shirt does not go with those pants. Like, I'm gonna let you do it. I just want you to know you're looking a little foolish.
Like, you just need to be aware of the consequences,
like,
of the
you're
visual
allowed,
consequences.
you make your own choices. Just like, that's what I'm encouraging. But I just want you to know, other people may not agree with it.
Yeah. Oh
So,
man.
9 out of 10 times she wears it still, so it's like whatever.
She marches to the beat of her own drum.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna let her.
Yeah. So Genevieve, she just got a bunch of dresses. Thank you, Auntie Debbie, for buying her so many clothes. But she has enough. She has a couple peasant style dresses that she just got for school, and then she has a Rapunzel dress and a bunch of other stuff in her dress up box. So fortunately, because I already spent too much money on myself and on the tickets.
Yeah.
That I'm like, I'm not about to go buy something for her that she will wear for a day.
I know. I have the same dress that Kylie wore when we went to the Renaissance Fair when she was 5. So it fits Emma perfectly.
I was gonna say, if you need one, if you need options, let me know.
We have it. I'm just like, I feel like she's not gonna enjoy herself that much when we're there, just because Kylie didn't, to the point where like she still remembers how much fun she didn't have and doesn't want to go.
Hopefully, so we're going with a bunch of other kids.
Yeah, I know.
So
and
I hope that helps.
Yeah. Well, with Emma, she'll be fine. Like, I think like having the other kids there is fine. I'm not gonna bring her into the torture museum because I know that it's a torture museum now. I didn't know that when Kylie was 5 and we took her in there.
Yeah, no one just want to go. She's a little traumatized.
Well, I asked the woman, because you've never been there. So like the torture museum it's a giant rock that you can walk through. And they said, oh, it's not scary. Nothing jumps out at you or anything. This woman needs to redefine her definition of scary, because one of the exhibits was them demonstrating how they would put rats in a barrel and against someone's stomach and light the other end on fire.
I don't want to hear this.
And I walked through this with my 5-year-old child.
That's not okay.
I had to block her eyes and like run through.
They shouldn't have let her in. That's not great.
When we see it, if it's someone there and I'm just like, is this age appropriate for this child? And they say yes, I'm gonna be like, you stupid beep.
And I hope you say beep. Or that you have like an ocarina by that point or something where you can just go.
No, the thing is if I said you stupid, Emma would be like, oh, don't say stupid.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, the beep part would be fine. Anytime we say like, oh, I hate that, she'd be like, don't say that. I'm like, all right, I'm sorry.
Like, my bad.
Focusing on the wrong things.
Oh man, well, I'm so excited to go, and there have been so many occasions. I say this like it happens every other day. It doesn't. But throughout my life, I have wanted similar costume pieces that I purchased. So I feel like I'll get use out of them. Yeah. This is what I tell myself to justify these purchases. So I'm just missing now. I got like a belt corset thing.
Yes, I want that.
So I'm going to test it out, see how it feels. Also, like keeping an eye on the weather, because if it's going to be like really, really hot, I don't know. We'll see. My dress is short sleeve though. So
yes, and it's so cute.
Thank you.
I don't know still what I keep looking at outfits every day. I have a few things in mind. I was going to do like the gypsy kind of thing only because do you remember we had a meeting at just like the regular hotel and they had like different themed rooms? Like they had the
that was Indian... right before I started.
Oh, damn it. Well, they had
Debbie told me all about it.
It was actually one of the best ones for like being one of the cheapest ones. But they had like an Indian themed room, and afterwards I left with like this yellow kind of like a scarf thing that you tie around your waist, and it has like all these golden like coins on it, and so like when you move it like makes that really nice chime sound. And so I was like, I want to wear that. I have this like purple and flower Cambodian skirt that I got from my mother-in-law that I think just kind of looks gypsy like, and I might just get like one of those white Esmeralda shirts.
Yeah.
You know? But
Yeah,
I
no.
don't want to be like in the wrong era, because I was Googling like Romanian gypsies
whatever.
of 1600s and they don't dress like that.
If anybody starts to like fact check at the door, I'm just gonna
I
slap
know.
them. Be
Well,
like, I paid too much money for this for you to be an asshole about it.
They have ocarinas there, so like the Zelda themed ocarinas there, so that should be fine. But I don't know. I might just wear the Star Trek thing because I kind of just want the Star Trek dress. So,
but the only problem with the Star Trek dress is that I feel like then you can't enter the cleavage contest, which if you enter that, I will bet money on you if that.
I know. I wanted to do it, but then I'm like, if I'm bringing my daughter, do I really want to do it? I know. I want to know what the prize is first.
I actually sent an inquiry to their website about something else, and they responded like the next day. So you could just like send an email to them and be like, "Hey, I'm curious." I mean, if it was between Emma and doing the cleavage contest, that'd be a hard decision. And I'm not being sarcastic.
Like, take Emma over there to the wench station.
No, because I need to.
Oh, damn it! You're right.
This is where there's people with husbands there, and we'll just send the children off with the husbands and be like, "This is lady time."
Lady time. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm just thinking, if I'm gonna do that contest, then I'm gonna have to get an outfit that's really gonna, up my chances. Because I have the perfect bra that just does that for me.
You could do like the bustier corset thing.
I could do that with my gypsy themed.
You totally could.
I don't know. We'll see.
The other kind, you could. I mean, they might not let you in.
I mean, like nothing fun. Like I'll just
you have to. We're too fantastical. Like we've talked about going to like cons and stuff way too much for you to wear like normal fucking clothes at this thing.
For
I can't.
The pod.
Yes. Also, I've convinced this like group of people that we're going with, no one was really gonna spend money on costumes, and then I'm like, we're spending money on costumes, and now like everybody is getting stuff.
I do love it though. I love that it's like a group of people that are dressing up.
Yeah.
My friend Rachel is going to be down that weekend, but she's going to a freaking bachelorette party that day, so she's coming down for a wedding and can't really say like, actually you shouldn't, and you should just come with us to the fair.
Be like, but friendship.
I know, but that's your usual thing, but friendship. Sometimes it works. I'm going to the fair, so I would say most of the time it works.
I'm debating getting a drink.
You should, because I kind of wanted the second one because they're weak, actually. What's the alcohol? 5.9, sorry. That's like normal, right? Maybe I'm just an alcoholic, so. Ready? Hold on.
You make like... Nice. That was very satisfying. My turn.
Okay. I overtook you with my bowl.
Fiddling through my crispy can opening.
Well, I think yours was louder than mine. But it's like my microphone, like I was recording myself doing that before I signed on with you because I just wanted to hear what it picked up, and it was like so clear. I was like, wow, I could do ASMR with this mic like easily. Yeah. You should lick it.
Lick it?
That's the new thing. That's the thing girls are doing now on TikTok. They get ear-shaped microphones and they lick them.
Ew.
Oh, it's so weird. I hate ASMR actually. I think we talked about that before. So like the fact that these girls are just like licking their ear-shaped microphones makes me want to die. I will hang up this call. We just lost 10 viewers. That's all our viewers. Oh, we have no viewers. All of our listeners. All right.
Oh man.
What are you drinking?
I am drinking pumpkin blend down east.
Ooh, yummy. So not basic at all.
Not at all. Yeah. So it's September 1st.
Yes, it is. It is. It's my birthday.
The 2 months of Halloween has begun.
Yes. I should decorate for Halloween now. I want to do a Halloween tree.
Ooh, like a spooky tree?
Yes, and then I just change it over to Christmas.
I like that.
Yeah, that's what my Nana always did, and so I want to do it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I want to I'm going to wait to decorate until I take the beach chairs out of my car.
Yeah, your new car?
Yes.
Look at you. Such a cool mom now with your cool car.
Yes. Thanks. I was just going to wait a little bit more for fall before I actually decorated the apartment, but I'm going to at some point. But yeah, I got a new car.
Yay.
New to me car.
Yes, new to the world. Is it?
Well, it's used.
Oh, but it's still new to Gloucester. I mean, beep. It's new to your area.
I'm pretty sure I've said the town I live in so many times on here and on YouTube and like different streams I've been on.
I'm pretty sure that beeping after the fact doesn't cover what you said.
That just brought more attention to it. So that's fine.
Just like it was a nervous reaction. I was like, undo, edit, undo.
You should work for the FCC. You got a really good trigger finger of like, no, don't say
that. Like 3 seconds after they say it and be like, that wasn't allowed. Beep beep.
I'm like, why'd you just be like beep out the? Like, I didn't know.
You're bleeping out the wrong word. Oh
man. So new to my town, bought it a couple towns over.
Mystery town.
Mystery.
I want to learn how to actually bleep out things that we say.
I think we would need actual editing software to do that.
Someone donate to ourselves.
Yeah.
Listen to this 10 times and make sure you listen to the ads.
I did get a recommendation for a video editing software that I'm going to look at.
Oh.
That it was pretty affordable.
That's nice. Good.
So I'll look at that, and if it has an audio option, then we have more options.
From Miji?
Not from Miji. From Gigi, the other lady from Gadget Chats. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. We saw each other in person.
I know we did.
A couple weeks ago.
I went to the beach. I didn't know.
Really... I'm sorry. I didn't know either.
I do love the beach though, so it's fine.
Yeah. No comment.
It
was so good to I want to see you again.
I know. I want to do it. I love the beach near you is so nice.
Yeah.
So much better than mine.
And so we went to Good Harbor, and I've been going to Wingershik a lot. So one of these days, maybe just like when your kids are at school, you can just like take a day off work and we'll go to Wingershik together.
Yes, a kid-free beach day sounds so nice.
It's really nice. Also, this beach is really good with kids because there's boulders all over the place that they can like climb on. So it's like a playground on the beach.
That's awesome.
And it's pretty low. Like there's a lot of sandbars, so you have to try pretty hard to get deep enough to drown.
Well, good to know. That's not how Florida was.
I should work for the tourism office.
You should. Be like, you'd have to try really hard to drown out there.
Trust me. If you want to die, it's going to be really hard here.
But here's how you want to do it if you do want to die. Emily's Tours.
Ta-da!
Therapy on your way out.
And you know I'd do both. I would do both.
Yes. You'd make a killing.
It's like a weird bait and switch. Like brought you to your destruction. But I'm still fix you. Mm-hmm. You're fine. We gonna be fine.
That sounds like a good business strategy. It
sounds like a straight up con.
Depends on how you look at it.
Either very smart or very unethical. Or both.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We can't have everything. You can't be ethical and smart.
Yes, yeah. You can.
You should, actually.
I strive for that on most days of my life.
You don't just wake up and you're like, I'm going to be real smart today, but ethics, window.
Okay, well, I should say I try to be smart and ethical, but the point of my existence is not to make money. So if my goal was to make money, then I would have to choose whether to be smart or whether to be ethical. Yeah, because you can't do both. See? Anyway, there's my civics soapbox.
Yep. That was me. I said it from the get. You can't have everything. Can't do both. If you want money, you could be nice and poor.
You can be nice and poor, or you can be a rich asshole.
Yes, and then you get free stuff. It's awesome. Makes no sense. The rich people get the free stuff, the free goodies.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, I never understand it. Like all the stuff that gets sent to like market. They're like, try this lotion. It costs $300, but I got it for free.
Like, thank you so much for this package. It was so unexpected. And it's just, I'm so excited. And no, this is not an ad. This is a partnership.
Yes, a partnership. I want to be partnered with lots of food brands and snacks.
You should be sponsored by Nintendo.
And Taco Bell. I just dropped a bunch of crayons on the floor. I'm just going to pretend it didn't. It's fine.
If you don't look down, it didn't happen.
You know those tins that have like the sugar cookies in them? Mm-hmm. Well, I have one that's like a giant box, but it was just crayons.
Nice.
Now it's on the floor.
It sounded like a drum.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's used as a drum sometimes.
We're going to try to maybe record sound bites at the fair.
Yes. Because I have my camera. I'll bring my good camera with the little Comica thing.
And that'll be fun.
Like a whole video.
So presumably our next episode won't come out until after that.
Yeah, because that's on the 11th. I think we should just stick to being a bi-weekly podcast if you want. I mean, we could try to aim for weekly. I think it just never happens. Like,
if we aim for weekly, it'll happen every other week.
Yeah. So, you know, I think you guys should just start expecting 2 weeks. That's like good. It's like a good buildup. It gives us a chance to miss each other and for you guys to miss us. That's important.
Obviously. Mm-hmm. These past few months must have been torture
without us. Mm-hmm. We got probably so many emails saying, "Where are you?" Oh, gosh.
We don't even have an email address. So they're just lost in the interwebs.
Everybody's just emailing the key department store. Like, where are the ladies?
Where are the keys?
Keys are us is so confused.
Oh, man. We have a 4-day weekend coming up.
No, and I didn't even know. I think I was supposed to go to Lake House this weekend, and it's like just not happening because we never talked about it since like 2 months ago. Oops. So that's fine. I didn't tell the kids or anything, so I'd rather just be home.
Yeah, Genevieve is going to be at her dad's this weekend. Nice. And then she starts school on Tuesday.
Gosh, I think Emma doesn't start school for like another week and a half or something like that.
All the rest of the kids started already for our district. So kindergartners are starting later. So one of my high school friends moved up to New England recently. So now the majority of our friends group from high school now lives in New England, which is fun.
That's good.
We did not grow up here. So we're going to get together this weekend and do like a pizza night and a beach day probably if the weather's nice.
Yay, beach days. You better get them all while you can.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Do you ever go to the beach in winter?
Mm-hmm.
Just like walk.
Yeah, it's really beautiful to take walks in the winter on the beach.
Yeah, when it gets all frozen.
When you can walk on like the icy, crackly sand and stuff. Yeah, we go to the beach all year round.
Like satisfying. Well, you live close enough, so.
Yeah. Like when we were commuting before the plague, we'd often like stop on the way home and take a walk just to get some energy out because we'd be in the car for like 30-40 minutes because of traffic. And it's like, okay, let's swing by the beach, run a little bit, maybe meet up with Auntie Debbie.
You do so much stuff.
I don't feel like I do.
I'm such a homebody, so you definitely do a lot compared to what I do.
I like to try to get Genevieve outside, and I like taking walks. Yeah. That's something that I really like. I don't really do other consistent exercise besides going on walks, which hopefully will change. One of my goals. You should hold me accountable. So my plan for when Genevieve starts school is to exercise and journal. And I feel like both of those things would be really helpful for me.
Yeah, I want to do journaling. I was just thinking about that today, actually. I have a bullet journal, like a fresh one that I want to use.
I love bullet journals.
But I have been exercising.
Yeah.
A lot. A lot.
Are you how many days a week are you going or doing it?
So I go meet someone twice a week, and I work out on my own once a week, and I take like 2 regular walking rest days. So really, I mean, if you consider walking exercise, that's 5 days a week. And then sometimes I take classes on Sundays, so that's another day. My weekends, I usually work out a lot because of the Sunday and Friday and Monday. So it's like I'm dead. By my like workouts at home on Wednesday, I'm like still so like tired and sore. But it's hard. The workout thing has been fine. The eating thing is the hardest. And like for me right now, because my goal is to like get fit and lose weight, like I really want to focus on my eating. I don't like dieting or being strict about it, but only because I want, like I have these goals right now. I am being like that. It's just really hard as a mom, like not eating the things that they're eating. So like, especially financially, like I don't want to just go and buy myself all my own groceries. Like it just gets too expensive.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out a way that I can make healthier things for them that they're still actually going to eat. And it's hard. It's hard as heck. So
yeah,
you know, as long as I'm doing one thing, but like the food, in my opinion, is more important than the freaking working out. So like I just have to get more serious about that. It's
hard. It's super hard though when like your whole family is home all day, every day. And I feel like we spend so much more money on groceries now that we're home all the time than I did before. Because it's just like, oh, I'm bored or I'm hungry. Yeah. So it's like, okay, then go get a snack. Yeah. And so it's like, oh, we just have to like keep filling up the snacks and the snack stores and stuff. But, well, and that's another thing that might be easier to do when school starts. Because I know for us, I think it's across the whole US, but breakfast and lunches are free this year. So I know we're definitely taking advantage of the lunch one. Depends on the day for the breakfast one, but that like gets rid of 5 meals a week if you just do lunches. So even that in and of itself hopefully gives you a little bit more like flex room.
I know. It's also about me too. Like I have been lazy with wanting to like meal prep and stuff. Like I want to just go and grab something that's quick, and I need to not like when I have time to like cook, I need to go playing freaking video games and like go cook first, and then I can play my game.
Though, like when you work all day, like you have 3 kids, you work so hard. I think it's totally okay that you don't want a meal plan, because that's just because you're playing like video games is a way to rest, and that doesn't mean that it's free time, quote unquote.
It is my rest.
So, but I totally feel you. Meal planning is like the biggest barrier, and especially like if the only way to get quick food that is like legit healthy is it's so expensive.
Yeah, it is.
It feels like health and wellness is such a privileged thing between time and money.
It really is. And like so I don't know if I ever talked about it on the podcast before, but like you probably remember that I was vegan for like a while and like super, super health focused, because I had watched like so many documentaries just about like food and like things that does to your body and stuff. And it's like, now that I've watched all that and like I'm not eating like that anymore, I like really wish that I had not educated myself so much on how bad these foods are, because I'm sitting here eating all this garbage and I'm just like, I'm just slowly killing myself and I know it. And it's like, so why am I doing this?
Ignorance is bliss. Yes. Like, I just don't want to know that this is terrible for me. But like, so now I have the physical and psychological damage.
I know. Like, I literally just shouldn't have, because every time I eat something, I'm so conscious of how bad it is. And I'm just like, can you just chill, please, brain? Like, just relax. It's a fucking burger. Like, chill.
It's so hard. It's so hard. There's no winning.
No, we can
It's
never
like
win.
no matter what you do, what you buy, like it's the environmental impacts, the health impacts, like on you personally consuming the foods or on the community where it's being grown, all of that, like, yeah, it's just the way that our world functions. It's so unethical. Call back.
This is like a kind of a topic change, but you said we can never win or something, and it made me think of this. You're gonna love this because lately I have been trying something new for myself, and it's positive affirmations.
I love this.
I have so many that I've literally religiously been doing every day that I say out loud to myself like a crazy person.
Good.
And I feel so different. Like I really feel like saying these things out loud to myself is like, and it's not just about like, I used to do this as a child before I even knew that it was called positive affirmations. But like, it's not even about like looks and stuff. It's about literally everything. Like I tell myself like, one of the things I say is like, you're strong and you have control of your reality and like things like that. And it's like, I'm saying that out loud to myself. Like I say it a few times and there's other things that I say, but like, it's not just to looks. It's like your personality, your independence, like all that stuff. And I really feel like I can like feel myself changing. Like I just felt more negative about it than I do now. And I'm just like, is that really because I've just been saying these things out loud to myself for like a while? Because like, who would have thunk that that would just be that simple? Like you want better self-esteem, you want like more faith in your choices, like just start talking to yourself like a freaking crazy person and it works because after a while you believe it.
There's so many studies and stuff about that stuff
it's
though.
Awesome.
Like especially saying it or writing it has such a different impact on your brain. Like it's building different neural pathways than if you're just thinking it. So it's literally changing your brain, the fact that you're doing that.
And I love it. You should try it. I don't know if you do it or not.
But no.
Like, I felt a little silly at first, and it's so funny. Another TikTok thing, but people were just like, "Oh, you know, I've just been trying this, and it's really changed my outlook." And I'm like, "All right, like, whatever. Let's just try it. Let's just like quietly mumble to yourself these start with these 3 phrases, and then like as I was saying it for a while." I wasn't like mumbling anymore. I was just like saying it aloud to myself. Like I'd say it loud in the shower. I'd say it loud in the car. And it's just like, I don't know. Like I just like kind of believe it more than when I started. And soon I just feel like even if I wasn't saying it every day, it's still going to be something that I'm like feeling. It's like a progression. I love it. I love positive affirmations.
I love that. This is such growth.
You know, I thought it was such an Emily thing.
It is.
Like, I just tell her about it.
I'm that person who like I won't have talked to someone for like 6 months and then I'll send them like an essay of an encouragement text and just be like, this is fine and totally normal. Just let this happen.
Yes. It's Emily.
That's so good though, because we have so many things like telling us to hate ourselves that are just bombarding us and screaming at us that all the time. And it's not going to be an external thing that fights that. Like it has to start from within ourselves. Like if we're not loving ourselves and taking care of ourselves properly, then what business do we have like trying to care for and love for other people? But we are also in society with other people. And that's something like that's really been hard in my parenting journey, like as a single mom and then also as a mom with chronic illness. Of like, what does this tension look like of like parenting and like sacrificing everything for her, but also like I can't be a good caretaker if I'm not okay.
Right.
And like, how can I teach her to love herself and have good self-esteem if I don't like myself?
Right.
Or if I'm not being brave, and whatever that looks like, because bravery can look really different depending on the situation. But I love this. This is so good. Do you have your kids like ever walked in on you?
No, but I mean, I think I've told Kylie before that it was something that I used to do because she gets down on herself sometimes and just like her ability to do certain things. And I'm like, you know, when I was a kid, I just like, I had really low self-esteem, and I would just tell myself like, you're so beautiful, like every day in the mirror. And then like, it was kind of like nonchalant when I told her, so it probably didn't stick. But I mean, I guess it's probably not a bad idea to say to her again, like, hey, if you ever hear me talking to myself, this is why. Like, well, like, Mom, I do hear you.
And even if you don't have the conversation, they're probably going to pick up, whether it's consciously or subconsciously, that you're feeling more comfortable in your own skin and you're feeling like a healthier person. So, and I love the fact that you're doing, like, this feels like such a holistic approach to your health. Like, you're not just exercising or just thinking about food or just meditating. Like, you're addressing your whole self. And I feel like you're going into it like very with eyes open. And like trying to make smart choices about this. And this is so good.
I'm trying so much to like focus more on like not my outside appearance and like outside of me, but like inside and what I need. So like when I started this like fitness journey, it wasn't really to like lose weight. It was because I didn't want to feel like tired all the time, and I didn't want to feel like out of breath, and like I didn't want to be out of shape when I'm like going out with my kids. But it wasn't like a weight thing. It was just like, man, I feel so like like, am I really this like mom who can't do this stuff with her kids? Like, I'm trying to focus more on like being stronger and like getting my shit together. I need to be more of an adult. That's what I'm working on right now.
I feel like being an adult is a lie.
I know. No one ever told you.
When we were supposed to become adults, and then we would just know everything. And it's a lie. It's all a lie. Oh no, 50-year-olds don't know jack shit either. Okay.
Maybe when we're 80.
I'll probably be dead by that point, so.
That's the attitude.
Hey, although you never know.
I know.
On my mom's side, they live into their 90s. Ooh. So I could be here for another 60, 70 years.
With modern technology and advances in medicine, you never know. The old age.
If the Earth exists.
If the Earth exists. According to the Doctor Who series, it's going to exist for a long time.
Yeah, because that's definitely true.
Well, I watch it sometimes, and I love like, you've watched it. So like the episode when they go back and they meet, what the hell's the poet? Shakespeare. And he's like, he's like saying quotes, and Shakespeare's like, I like that. And I'm like, Chan, did you know that Shakespeare learned this line from Doctor Who? And it's just like, I love how they like throw those little things in there, and like, it's real history, but it's Doctor Who is in there.
Oh yeah. It's like, yeah.
Doctor Who's going so good. I've taken a pause on it because I'm watching true crime things right now. I have a problem. Mom gave me her Discovery Plus login, so I've been watching all of those shows.
Is that different from Paramount? That's different.
Yes, I have Paramount too because I'm watching Are You Afraid of the Dark with Kylie.
I want to get Paramount Plus purely to watch iCarly.
Oh my god, you can totally use mine because no one's using it. Yeah. We've literally, I only got it because we're watching Are You Afraid of the Dark together. And it has all of the old, it has Neha Kailan, which was like one of my favorite shows to watch with Kylie. You can watch that with G. It's the best. Oh my God. It's so awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. We used to have so much like Kailan stuff. And when it got canceled, I was like, how are they going to keep Dora and get rid of Kailan? Like that's terrible.
Yeah. It's amazing how many people don't know about Nihao Kailan though.
I know, because it had like 2 seasons or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
So we just love it.
Yeah, but if I have access to it, there's some Star Trek stuff that I'll probably watch.
Yes, I'll text it to you.
But I really want to watch the iCarly stuff.
Yeah, the new one was pretty good. I watched like the first 2 episodes of it.
Yeah, I want to watch the reboot or whatever.
I honestly really liked iCarly when it was on because I never, in my like childhood, I never like progressed out of cartoons and like Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network and things like that. Well, I would like sleep over my friends' houses and they would be watching like Jerry Springer and stuff. And I would just be like, this is so uncomfortable. I want to go watch cartoons.
Right. If you haven't heard about Anchor, this is seriously the easiest way to make a podcast. So let me explain. First of all, it's free. And when you're starting off doing a new project, you don't really have a lot of funds to start it off with necessarily. So free is always my favorite. Secondly, there's a ton of creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. And you can pick it up from one device to another. Having it all being browser-based makes it super user-friendly. Anchor, they also distribute your podcast for you. So that way people can find your podcast pretty much on any platform that supports podcasts. So Spotify, Apple, Google, and a lot more than that. And so it's really everything that you need to make a podcast all in one place. So I highly recommend it. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
I'm excited to go to the fair and do some pod stuff.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to try to just shove down all my COVID anxiety.
I know, I'll be masking.
Yeah, I got a new mask that I'll probably be wearing.
You got like a... Oh my God. I just got an amazing idea, but I won't be able to find the costume.
What?
I want to dress like one of the plague people. Like the plague doctor.
Yes! Oh, I know.
Oh my God. If I can find it, I will totally get it, but Emma will not want to come anymore. Like, you're a scary bird. I don't want to go.
Oh man, I'm trying to think of like, do we know anyone that would know someone who has one already?
Oh my gosh, that's just so awesome.
That'd be so cool. There's a costume store that's open all year round over in Peabody. Like,
yes. Joker's Wild.
Yeah. I was going to go there, but they weren't open on the day that I was impulse buying. So
I want to go there because there's a comic book store like next door that I've never been to.
There's a comic book store next door? Huh.
Yeah. It's like new, I think.
Okay. Oh man. Well, it was so good to be back.
I know. I'm so happy that we did this, and we have a plan to do it again real soon.
Yes, we do. As always, if you go to our Anchor page, you can give us money, which is not the most important part. Or you can send us a message if you engage with any of our stuff on social media, notably Instagram. If you guys ever have like content, like if there's a topic that you want us to cover or anything like that, just let us know and we'll probably talk about it. Yeah. And next time we will likely be sharing a lot of fun anecdotes or turkey legs.
Those two. Jousting. Yeah. We're gonna watch some jousting.
I'm excited. I love this kind of stuff.
Me too. Can't wait. Well, that's in for next time. So, return, please. Thank you. Please.
Yes.
Please come back.
Yes. Please come back. Au revoir. I don't know why I said that. Good night. Goodbye. Good day. I need to stop talking.
Awesome.